What's up guys, welcome to the first episode of my Brawlers For Dummies series where I'll run you through the basics for every brawler in the game. Note this series is not for the pros but for the beginners to the game that want to learn more about every brawler. So starting off, the first brawler you unlock in Brawl Stars is Shelly. Shelly is a mid to long range shotgunner who excels when up close. Shelly is a viable option in all game modes, with the best possibly being Showdown. She is a high damage, allowing her to take down opposing brawlers very quickly, with her super being deadly at close range. Paired with a reasonably high health, Shelly is an incredibly viable option as Showdown is all about survival of the fittest. Another mode Shelly excels in is Brawl Ball, as with a high DPS she can be a pivotal defensive brawler who can take down the opposing ball carrier pretty quickly, paired with her super which can destroy walls, opening up a route to goal. In terms of maps, in general Shelly will do work in any map, with a few walls and bushes in, but specifically she is a very good option in Feast or Famine, Island Invasion, Snake Prairie and Backyard Bowl. As a Shelly in Feast or Famine, your main goal should be to try and control the middle. If you can get control of the power boxes in the middle, you can get a large power cube advantage, making it very easy for you to win the game. With a large DPS and an area to hide in such as the middle circle, you can very easily ambush other brawlers, making it very easy for you to take them down. The next map Shelly really excels in is Island Invasion. Island Invasion is a great map for Shelly, as it has a large area to hide in around the outside, which you can use very early on to take out other enemies hiding in that area. Try and get as close up as possible and then deal a large amount of damage either with your super or using auto aim to attack them 3 times. Later on in Island Invasion it can be a bit harder for Shelly, because if you haven't built up that power cube advantage, you could be outranged by DPS brawlers that have been hiding in the middle. But if you can get close to them and use your super to play effectively, you can easily win the game. One more thing about Island Invasion is the fact that at a beginner's level you're not going to be having max level bows that can see you in the bushes, making it a lot easier at a beginner's level to win Island Invasion with a Shelly. Thirdly, the map Backyard Bowl. This is a brawl wall map, which Shelly can be really good in, as there's a lot of walls for you to hide behind. These walls can provide you with a lot of cover and allow you to hide behind them in long enough until you can take out the opposing ball carrier, launching an offense. On offense in this map, she can be extremely good, as her super can be used to take down the walls on the other side, allowing a clear path forwards to goal that your ball carrier can easily score through. Finally, in terms of maps, we've got Snake Prairie. This is a really good bounty map for Shelly, possibly the only one that she's completely viable in, as it contains a lot of bushes, allowing you to get very close to the enemy brawlers and take them out really easily with your super or your auto aim. This map is especially good for Shelly, as it has so many bushes that you can pretty much get as close as you want to the enemy brawlers being unseen. Good matchups. These are going to be brawlers you typically want to go for as a Shelly. Normally they're going to be tanky in nature, such as Frank and El Primo, as they have high health, but with a Shelly you can get really close to them, deal a lot of damage, obliterating them with your super. These are brawlers you're going to want to go for every time if you can, so try and get into their lane and attack them when possible. Shelly's worst matchups are going to be against long range brawlers, as she just doesn't have the range to fight them, so you have to try and avoid them at all costs. Brawlers such as Colt and Ricochet can deal a lot of DPS from afar, which can make it extremely hard for a Shelly to get up to them. So with these certain cases you want to try and stay far back from them, or possibly even hide and then come at them when they come close to you. The overall basics for Shelly are these: auto aim at close range, as it is the best way to deal damage quickly, and don't be afraid to take shots at mid range while manual aiming, as she can still deal a considerable amount of damage from mid range. Walls are your friends. What I mean by this is that if you can use walls to get up and close to enemy brawlers, then do so if possible, because it can be a really good move and you can get right into the face of the other brawlers, taking them down with quick attacks, doing a lot of damage. Try and use bushes as much as you can, because they can be really good to sneak up on enemy brawlers or just to hide in and ambush brawlers. Fundamental part of Shelly is that the closer you get, the more damage you get. So if you can hide in someone and they can't find you and then you can get close and deal a super on them, then that's an extremely valid play for you. My most important basic point for Shelly is that you should only use your super when you can get worth for it. It can be an extremely useful super, one of the strongest in the game. So if you're not getting value for it, then it's completely going to waste. Try and get as close as you can to the other team and deal the maximum amount of damage, really helping out your team to secure a win. Overall, these are my last main points. Get as close as possible to opposing brawlers with Shelly, as her damage really falls off at long range. So try and get as close as possible to the enemies and deal the maximum amount of damage. Use your super to take out enemies behind walls. Shelly's super can be very useful to take out wall campers and throwers who may be hiding behind the walls trying to gain an advantage on you. If you can use your super to take down the walls and give yourself a clear path onto that brawler, then that could be really good and possibly secure you the kill. I hope this guide has taught you a little better on how to play Shelly, and you feel a little more confident with the brawler. Ultimately, practice is really going to be what helps you improve, as you won't be the best to start, no one really was. Just get into an active band with members possibly helping you to improve at Shelly, if that's who you want to play with. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like below and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below. That's all from me. I'll see you in the next episode of Brawlers for Dummies.